Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another time travel tennis tournament. We have the last four matches for the Zurich Grand Man Tour qualifier. We've done 12 matchups, and we have 12 guys of the 16 guys who will be the 2020 guys who compete in the Grand Man Tour. There are some men who are in both the modern set and the 2020 set. Basically, your highest finish will determine it, and we might have some wild cards and all that. But nevertheless, it is written that we've got to finish things off. Marin Cilic beat Nick Kyrgios, Dominic Thiem beat Lucas Pouille, John Isner beat Fernando Verdasco, Richard Gasquet upset Monfils, Djokovic gets upset by Kevin Anderson, and Goffin loses to Bautista Agut. For Monfils and Goffin, as a seed, they don't have a second chance. Djokovic does. He's in the modern thing as a higher seed. Coric beat de Minaur, which was shocking to me. Schwartzman beat Fognini, so we have Schwartzman versus Coric. Rublev with the upset over Zverev. I couldn't believe it. Del Potro beat Tsonga. Shapo beat Seppi, which makes me happy. And Medvedev beat Berrettini. There's 4 matches left. Our first match is the 15th seed Kei Nishikori versus the 7th seed it's Grigor Dimitrov. Dimitrov kept making finals. Well, he made the finals in Tokyo, Super Tennis, and then the World Tours and the London Cup. In Grand Slams, he got to the semis at the U.S. Open at number 22. He beat Karlovic, Schirmer, Fritz, and Heber before Federer took him down. He will face Nishikori, who's won a tournament. He won the World Tours tournament in week 7 before lots of things hiccuped. In the Grand Slams, he got to the Sweet 16 in France, beating Gers, Vukovic, and Rublev before losing to Verdasco, of all people. Then in Wimbledon at number 15, he beat Norrie, Bublik, and Martyr before Cilic ended his career. In Australia at number 14, he beat Basilashvili, McDonald, Pella, and Goffin, coming back from 2 sets to love down, but couldn't beat Berrettini in the quarterfinals. So Nishikori trying to make Japan proud.
Quiet, please. Dimitrov to serve. First game. Play. 15 love.
15 minutes.
30 love. 40 love. Out! Game. Dimitrov. First game. $15 love. 30 love. 40 love. Out! $40-15. Game. Nishikori. 1 game all. First set. $15 love. Out. 30 love. Out. 30-15. 40-15. $40-30. Out. Deuce. Advantage. Nishikori. Game. Nishikori. Nishikori leads 2-1. First set.
Nishikori sent us.
$15 love. 30 love.
Out.
40 love.
Out.
Game, Nishikori. Nishikori leads 3 games to 1. First set.
And Nishikori looks good up 3 games to 1, so I think we'll end it there. Autoplay. Nishikori Kachi! Sorry, I've got Japanese culture in my brain. So Nishikori sends Dimitrov packing. Lokian Luxon. 6-4, 6-3. So Nishikori will move on to the round of 16. Well, Nishikori's got his spot, but the fact of the matter is that, remember, it is vital because if you win this tournament, you get a top 6 seed for the Grandman Tour to start 2026, guaranteed. If you take second place in the tournament, you're 7 to 12. If you take third, you're 13 to 18. The other non-Swiss matchup, it's Rafa. Rafa has to face Havanov for the 3rd time. Could Havanov pull off an upset? He's won a title. He won the Spanish Open. Week 13. He beat Karlovic, Rude, Greniers, Cuevas, and then Govan. Well, Havanov had to face Pella and beat him. I forgot who Dimitrov had to face. Well, Havanov is 0-2 against Nadal. This is the 3rd time he has to face somebody. The only other guy he's faced 3 times is Goffin, and he's 3 for 3 against Goffin. So he did that. Rafa, winning all these tournaments. He won the French Open. He won the Italian Open in the Players' Championship. Of course, he won twice when he was not supposed to win twice. Grand Slams wise in Australia, first tournament number 16, he beat Manino, Haas, Wawrinka, Del Potro, and Havanov, but then lost to John Isner in the semifinals, which is unusual. In France, he beat Feliciano Lopez, Montero, Coric, Fognini, Verdasco, Team, and then Cespedes in the final, only giving up 2 sets. One to Team, one to Cespedes, but he was up 2-0. At Wimbledon, he was ranked number 3. He beat Jair, Krajinovic, Milos, despite being down 2 sets to 1 to him. Cespedes and Havanov, but John Isner beat him in 3 straight sets, which is unusual. Rafa has faced Coric, while Havanov, Rublev, Seppi, Team, and Cespedes twice, and Isner twice. Well, those guys 2-0, but 0-2 against Isner. So practically, well, he started 3-4.
Quiet please. Nadal to serve.
Nadal's
First
lucky
game.
he doesn't have to face
Play.
Isner and all that. Here we go.
Out.
15 love. 30 love.
Out.
40 love.
Out.
Game, Nadal. First game. Love 15.
Out.
15 all. 15-30.
Out.
15-40. Game, Nadal. Nadal leads 2 games to love. First set.
Injuries.
15 love.
Out.
15 all. 15-30. 30 all. 30-40. Deuce. Advantage, Nadal.
Out.
Game, Nadal. Nadal leads 3 games to love first set.
Well, Rafa's up 3-0. I mean, Havanov probably is just like, thanks for playing. And Nadal had one of the easiest matches around, being Havanov without a yawn. 6-1, 6-3. Well, at least Havanov won a few games. So those four games won beats Verdasco 6 for the fewest. So Rafa usually won. So now Rafa knows his rival Federer has to play, but not yet. Wawrinka will play, and he gets Jan-Lennard Struff, who shockingly is 2-0 against Wawrinka. If there's ever any time for a massive upset, it's Struff of all people. Wawrinka won Hong Kong just to get this far. Grand Slams, he got to the Sweet 16 at Wimbledon, losing to Berrettini after being Kohlschreiber, Kudla, and Fizina Lopez. 0-2 against Struff. This is the third time he's faced the guy. Only Bautista Agut and Bedin he's faced 3 times. Jan-Lennard Struff got to a pair of finals, Geneva and Torneo International, and he had to beat Gilles Simon just to get this far. He's 2-0 against this guy. This is only the second guy he's faced 3 times. Schwartzman he's faced 3 times, and he's won twice against him. So there's a Schwartzman who qualified for the Grand Man Tour. So Struff could pull off a massive upset here. This could be huge.
Quiet plays. Struff to serve. First game. Play.
Wawrinka, like Nishikori, Djokovic, Del Potro, and Cilic, Nadal, and Federer, and Verdasco have a second chance. Like, they can, like, if Wawrinka does lose, which might happen, Wawrinka does have a second chance in another bracket.
Love 15. 15 all. 30-15.
Out.
40-15. Game. Struff. First game. $15 love. 30 love. 40 love.
Out.
Game. Wawrinka. 1 game all. First set.
Okay.
15 love.
Out.
15 all. 15-30. 30 all.
Out.
40-30.
Out.
'Deuce.
Out.
Advantage. Wawrinka. Deuce. Advantage. Struff.
Out.
Deuce.
Out.
Advantage. Wawrinka. Deuce.
Out. Out.
Advantage. Struff. Game. Struff. Struff leads 2 games to 1. First set.
2-1 at 14 minutes. No, that's my 1-1. 2-1. I'm not doing this. 2-1.
15 love, 30 love, 40 love, 40-15. Game Wawrinka. 2 games all, first set.
Nothing. 2-2 after 17 minutes. Now the question is, who won? It will be Wawrinka, 7-6, 6-7, 6-4. So Struff did everything in his power, took Wawrinka to 2 tiebreaks, and was looking for the big upset to get to the Grand Man Tour, but Wawrinka does it. So Wawrinka takes down Jan Struff. Now there's one more match, and it's Roger Federer versus Jeremy Chardy. Poor Chardy having to deal with Roger Federer, who won 4 titles. He won Wimbledon, he won the US Indoor and the Tour International, and the Tokyo Super Tennis for some reason. Guy went to 3 Grand Slam finals. First Grand Slam in New York, he beat Gunshawen, Haas, Fognini, Hurkacz, and Dimitrov before losing to Novak. Then in Australia, he beat Harrison, Souza, Gasquet, Coric, Fognini, Berrettini, and then Isner, but then lost it. Well, it lost to Isner in 4 sets, which was bad. He won the first set. Yeah. In France, he took down Germer, Lundarum, Busta, but before Berrettini beat him in 4 sets. And then at Wimbledon, he beat Misha Sharav, Per, Jarry, Auger-Aliassime, Djokovic, Bautista Agut, and then Isner, getting revenge on that asshole. But yeah, Djokovic took him to 5 sets. It had to be 13-11 in the 5th set. Federer got lucky. Chardy, no titles, but finals in Montreal, Adelaide, and Bastad. And a decent run in Wimbledon. He beat Carlos Barreno, Harris, and Dimitrov. Well, Dimitrov was injured, but lost to Bautista Agut. Chardy would take on Pierre Hebert and beat him 6-4, 6-2.
Quiet please. Chardy to serve. First game.
Federer
Play.
knows he's got this one. In the world where 4 of the 16 seeds fell. Sheriff, Goffin, Djokovic, and
Love 15.
Only Djokovic, the only seed
15
of the 4
all.
who has a chance, second chance. And you got Anderson, Bautista Agut, Gasquet, and Rublev. To move on to the Grand Slam.
30-15. 40-15. 40-30. Game Chardy. First game.
Out.
15 love.
Out.
30 love. 40 love.
'Out.
Game Federer. 1 game all, first set.
So, anyway, yeah.
Love 15. Love 30.
Out. Out.
Love 40. 15-40. 30-40. Game Federer. Federer leads 2 games to 1, first set. 15 love, 30 love, 40 love, 40-15.
Out.
Game, Federer. Federer leads 3 games to 1. First set.
Well, Federer, I think, definitely would win this tournament. Come on, you really think he's going to lose? 6-2, 6-4. Well, Chardy had a better luck against Federer than Nadal than de Minaur. I don't remember who. Chardy took 6 games off of Federer. Havanoff only took 4 off Rafa. So Chardy at least wasn't the worst guy around. So yeah, 12 of the 16 seeds did it. Federer, Nadal, Medvedev, Federer, yeah, Isner, Medvedev, Schwartzman, Team, Shapo, Koric, Cilic, Del Potro, Nishikori, and Wawrinka. Sheriff, Botch, Goffin, Botch, Djokovic, Botch, and Monty, Botch. All but Djokovic are one and done. Djokovic does have a second chance in the Modern League, and Djokovic has a 6th seed in that tournament, if you must know. So yeah, so that means Kevin Anderson, Roberto Bautista Agut, Andre Rublev, and Richard Gasquet are in the tournament, are in the Great Man Tour, which is good. Get some flavor. Anyway, 3 of the 4 wild cards on the left side. Richard Gasquet upsets John Isner in 3 sets. So Isner, trying to get a good seed, will not. Gasquet's in the quarterfinals. Amazing. Bautista, and he will face another wild card. Anderson and Bautista Agut. Well, Anderson beat Djokovic, Bautista Goffin, but that's in the same 4-man group. So Anderson versus Bautista Agut means something. And a win for Kevin Anderson. So Anderson Gasquet, someone's going to the semifinals. Someone has a slim chance at a 13-16 seed for 3rd place. Who knows? Rublev, the other, Rublev, the other wild card, fell to Del Potro. That's all right. Cilic team goes next, and team beats Cilic in 3 sets. Koric beats Schwartzman in 3 sets, so big win for Koric. Shapo beats Medvedev, so he'll face Del Potro. Wow, Shapo. This would be amazing if he's a seeded player. Wawrinka would fall 6-2, 6-3. Rafa says no more of that. And that's actually the first round of 16 match to get going straight sets. And for Federer, he beat Nishikori in straight sets, albeit Nishikori took him to tiebreakers. So you got 2 wild cards, Gasquet versus Anderson. Someone's going to the semifinals. And it will be Anderson, the hard-serving South African, who's now in the semifinals and a slim chance to be a top 16 seed. Well, yeah, might have to face Federer, but, he took out Novak, so, dude. Shapo beat Del Potro, so Shapo's in the semifinals. And he will go up against Nadal, who beats Koric in 3 sets. He lost the first set, but yeah, Shapo against Nadal. I feel bad for Shapo. And Federer beat Team in straights. So you got Federer and Anderson winning their matches, quarters in straights facing each other, and Shapo and Nadal winning their semifinals in 3 sets. So we'll see what happens. And Nadal beat Shapo in straight sets. That actually sets up Shapo in a decent. Well, here's the thing. If Anderson does shock Federer, he's in the final. Federer will take 3rd place. If Federer wins, Shapo, because he's seeded and Anderson isn't, will take 3rd place and a slim chance at a 13-16 seed. I'll take it whatever I can. And what the fuck? Whoa, that just... Holy crap. Did that just happen? It did just happen. Kevin Anderson scalps Federer. How do you do? Kevin freaking Anderson is going to face Rafa for a top 6 seed. What the hell? Bad news for Shapo because he won't get a chance to be seeded because Federer's 13-18. But Federer does have a chance to take top 2 in the modern thing and improve his seed, and that might help Shapo out. I think it would move. I think then they have to move to the 4th place guy. Right? Too bad I didn't get the 4th place guy for. On the men's side, did I not really 13, 18? Yeah, no, I didn't have the fourth place guy. But yeah, Chapo might get a chance. Chapo might get a chance at a 13 to 16 seed. But Kevin fucking Anderson, like how the hell? I'm sorry, but Kevin freaking Anderson losing lost to Courage, okay. Losing to Chechenito in New York. Losing to Dusan freaking Lajovic in Germany. How do you lose to Lajovic? Batista Gu lost to Pella in Stuttgart. Guido Pella? Batista Gu Christian Garin, the Chilean in Barcelona, he lost to him. Kukushkin from Kazakhstan in the Australian Open. Kukushkin? Chechenito again. Lajovic at the French Open. How do you lose to Lajovic twice? Pella in London. Okay. Yeah, the qualifier. He's beaten Lajovic, Djokovic, Batista Gu, Gasquet, Federer. Dude only has dropped 2 sets. One to Djokovic, one to Batista Gu. How do you beat Federer in straight fucking sets?
Quiet please. Anderson to serve. First game. Play.
The jaw just drops. And, well, good news for Anderson. He won a set. The bad news is Nadal won in 3 sets. So Rafa gets a 1 to 6. Gets a 1 to 6. Kevin Anderson, of all freaking people, is going to get a 7 to 12 seed no matter what. So Anderson's going to get like an 8 or 9 seed probably in his first tournament. So that's pretty good. Yeah, so Rafa wins. Well, Rafa is fucking Rafa. What do you expect? But Kevin Anderson, who put money on Kevin Anderson to make the final and to actually get a seed of all people? Well, he beat Novak, but I didn't think he would beat Federer. How do you beat Federer? I don't understand. But yeah, Nadal beats Anderson, who's now a media darling. Well, he'll wait about 6 months to find out things, but he'll practice. That's what we'll do. And that will be the end of this week's Grand Men / Grand Ladies Tour qualifying. We'll find another one. We will. We always will. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.